Brett Allen here. Thanks everybody for watching and listening. Today we have a very special episode. We are talking Black Adam, DC's latest vehicle. Such a great film. And we're here with one of the stars, Jalon Christian Hurut, the son of Black Adam, the man himself. How exciting is this? Thank you for your time. It's a true pleasure to meet you.
Thank you. It's really nice to meet you too. I love this movie so much, and to be a part of it was such an amazing experience. And to be able to be The Rock's son in it was so much fun. And I've always dreamt of being in a superhero movie. So to have that happen was a dream come true.
Yes, I mean, you've done other things, but this is like big. How does that feel? Like, I mean, I'm not saying there has to be pressure, but man, it's like a big deal. I mean, this is a massive comic book film. I mean, it's gigantic, it's huge. And this movie's been in the works for years. I mean, good grief.
To be able to be a part of this movie and to know how much people or how many people have worked behind it to get it this far, and to be able to just see how hard The Rock has pushed and pushed for this movie to get released, it gave me a deal of, I feel like I knew I had to give it my all because I know how much this matters to him, and I wanted to be able to respect it as much as he did. And it was really fun to be a part of, and I love DC, so it was just super fun.
Yes. So did you have conversations with him? Did he meet you before you were cast? How did that work? Because, I mean, I know oftentimes in these films, when you have such high powered talent involved, there are a lot of meetings that take place and conversations about how they want to do it, because really, like, you have one shot, right, to make it good, to say the least, for sure.
Yeah, I met him in one of my first days of shooting. It was a scene we shot together, and we didn't talk much, but I could feel that he was very in character. So I wanted to respect his creative process
Okay.
and be able to give him the space that he needed. But there's one scene where I'm falling into his arms, and we shot that scene so many times. So between takes, we were kind of like cracking jokes and talking to each other. And he's such a nice guy, and you could just feel his energy and how much he loves what he does.
Yes. Well, and the fact that your character is huge in this storyline, because obviously he goes on to do other things. And I understand like the pressure for this film, because it really resets the counter, so to speak, for the DC universe, right? Especially, I mean, people have seen it by now. Superman coming back in the post-credit scene, like it's kind of unstoppable at this point, right? Because they want to do other films.
Yeah, I really think that this was definitely one of the biggest DC movies in a bit. And personally, I love all DC movies. So this one coming out really opens up a window for the next ones. And I'm super excited to see the next one with Black Adam and Superman. And I was a bit nervous on the first day of set, but I think it was a mix of like excited nerves and more of just like, I'm really, really happy that I get to go through this experience.
Yes. Well, obviously you auditioned for the part. Oftentimes you get a call or an email from an agent, so on and so forth. Did you know what you were auditioning for when this came about, or was it all very top secret?
When I initially got the role, it just said untitled. So I kind of created a scene in my head on what I thought it was, but I
Okay.
was so far off. And when I found out what it was, I was ecstatic. And I was so happy that this is what I was going to be going out for. And I was just really, really happy when I found out I got it.
Yeah, fantastic work. Such a great film, and just a whole new cavalcade of superheroes. It's just Shazam. I think people want to see Shazam show up at some point. There's lots of rumors out there as to what could happen next. Where did the acting journey begin for you, Jalon? Like, where did that start? And when did you know that you wanted to be a storyteller?
When I was around 7 or 8 years old, I began modeling back in Boston, Massachusetts, which is where I'm
Okay.
originally from. And I began to watch some great older iconic films and really fell in love with the work of acting. And so I moved out here and I found an amazing tribe who I work with every week to sharpen my sword, and we sharpen each other's just to get better. And I worked on my love for the craft, and I studied great films, and I wouldn't trade acting for the world.
Yeah, I mean, you do so well at it. So, dream role, dream film, dream actor that you could work with. I mean, obviously, The Rock is a very high bar, so it's hard to go from there. But maybe there's other people that you admire and aspire to, and would like to work with, as you continue on in your very successful career.
I've already been directed by Mr. Denzel Washington, but I would love to act alongside him. And I would love, love, love to be in Mr. Quentin Tarantino's 10th film.
Yeah, yeah, and the 10th film, like that's I heard in an interview that he's working on a television series too, which is huge. Yeah, Mr. Washington, what was it like working with Denzel? Because again, a massive talent in the industry, huge.
To be able to work with Mr. Washington was my greatest blessing in this industry because he's just so wise and his presence just fills up a room. And before shooting that film, we got 2 weeks of private rehearsals. So I
Okay.
really just got to go through the experience and really get in the depth of my character and just take all of his advice from his amazing legacy. And he is so nice and amazing to be directed by.
Yeah, I can imagine he's probably just one of the nicest people on the planet. So where do you go from here? I mean, you've done Black Adam, you've worked with Mr. Denzel Washington. What is your like where do you what's the goal? I mean, obviously to be a very successful actor, you've achieved that, but what are your hopes? What are your aspirations? What are some advice pieces that have been given to you by some of these great people that have sustained you along the way?
I would hope to be the lead of a series regular in the near future. And I would say some of the most common advice I've gotten was just never give up because when you feel like giving up, that's when you're closest to getting what you need to be. And to just keep going through it all and love the craft and work hard as you can and to always have a positive outlook on things.
Yeah, absolutely. One last question. This is a toughie. Are you ready for the holidays? Are you excited? What's the scoop, man? How do you spend the holidays? People want to know.
My grandparents and my uncle are coming out to spend Christmas with us, and I am so excited for a holiday break because I can't wait to just sleep in, watch some great holiday movies, and spend time with my family.
Awesome. Well, Jalon Christian, thank you. Congratulations on this fantastic film. Thanks to your publicist, Claudia, for setting this up. Very talented. I can't wait to see what's next. Congratulations. Appreciate your time, my friend. It's been a pleasure chatting with you.
Thank you. It's been super nice to meet you.
Absolutely.